In this video, I want to begin to demonstrate some extension postures, particularly from the supine position. So when we're lying on our back and we work with extension, that's, of course, the least loaded place for the spine to be. So this is the easiest place to access extensions. We'll get into some more extensions after this video, but this is just going to be lying on our back and working with extending the spine and the limbs, and also, of course, the different contralateral and crossing the midline practices that are so beneficial for the brain. So let's start lying down here on our backs, wherever you're comfortable. For this beginning posture, just allow your legs to be, maybe a little bit away from each other, the arms a little bit comfortably away from the body. And we'll start here with just a moment of awareness. So which parts of your back touch the floor? And which parts of your back are not on the floor? Which parts of your spine, particularly, are not on the floor? Now, for some people, lying flat like this for various reasons is uncomfortable. So we could also adapt this posture by having the feet up flat and allowing the lower back to sink and have a little more space into the floor. So this is also just fine. Some of the things we'll have to adapt a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that with the knees bent. Okay, but let's go back to legs straight and arms by the sides. And the first thing that I love to use this posture for, this extension posture, is starting to notice the breath and external rotation in the arms. So you can actually bring the arms by the side with the palms facing down. And as you inhale, begin to rotate not just your lower arm, but your upper arm out. And as you exhale, you can allow the whole of the arm to roll back in. And the belly sinks towards the spine on that one. Okay. So on the inhale, the whole arm can externally rotate, the chest opens. And on the exhale, the whole of the arm internally rotates the navel towards the spine. A lovely addition to this is allow the eyes on the midline to inhale and lift. You're not moving your head, just lifting the eyes up towards the space behind you, maybe the ceiling. And as you exhale, tracing down the ceiling, back down to wherever you can see comfortably. You don't want to move your head. Just notice the eyes softly, comfortably rising on the inhale and softly and comfortably lowering on the exhale. Okay, so those are some simple movements to start to tune into how the breath moves the body. We can add the femurs to this. So I'm thinking about femurs and humerus. I'm not thinking about the tibia or the ulna. I'm thinking about the upper arm bones and the upper leg bones, right? So it's like this: an inhale, external rotation. Maybe the eyes lift, exhale, internal rotation. And it's just a comfortable movement. It doesn't have to be big range of motion. Just comfortable, slow, mindful, soft awareness of how the breath moves the body. Let's do a couple more. Inhale. And exhale. Your breath might be a little faster or a little slower than mine. That's okay. One more. A deep breath as you externally rotate, and then a nice soft exhale as you internally rotate. And of course, you can be tracking the eyes while you're doing this. Eyes up and down. Okay, we'll do one more. Eyes up. So you can practice the eyes, external rotation, and then eyes track smoothly down on the internal rotation. And then after you finish that one, just go back into a neutral posture. So you can take a moment and assess, how does the breath feel? How does the body feel? Okay, and another variation of this that I love to practice is bilateral stimulation. So we'll inhale, open the right hand. Exhale, let it soften. Inhale, open the left hand. And exhale, let it soften. Now what happens if you inhale, open the right hand, turn your eyes to the right, they just shift right. Exhale to neutral. Inhale, open the left hand, and let your eyes shift left. And exhale to neutral. And we'll do that again. Inhale, open the right hand, eyes shift right. Exhaling to neutral. And inhale, open your left hand, eyes shift left. And exhale to neutral. And just take a moment and notice how that feels in your body and your nervous system. Now here's another thing you could add. Imagine there's strings that connect your right hand and your left toes, and your left hand and your right toes, okay? So as you inhale, right hand opens, left foot flexes as if they're working together. When you exhale, let them soften. Inhale, left hand opens, right foot flexes. And exhale, soften. Let's do that again. Right hand, left foot, as if they're connected. And soften. And then left hand, right foot. And soften. Now you've just done all of that contralateral movement, so your body might even know, might even feel it. Both hands, both feet. And soften. And this helps to integrate all that contralateral stuff. Inhale, both hands, both feet. You could get into your arms a bit if you wanted to, but really just hands and feet, and then soften. One more. Your whole body's filling with breath, and then softens. Okay, so take a moment here. Feel free to soften or close your eyes and notice how your body responds to that little tiny movement. Now, I told you I would make sure that this is adaptable for somebody who wants to bend their knees because it feels better on the back. So it's basically all the same stuff. So it would be right hand stretches while the left foot flexes and then softens. And then the left hand stretches as the right foot flexes, right? Could do it that way and softens. And the external rotation stuff we did, all you would do on this is let your knees come wide as your arms come out. And then the knees come back as the arms turn down. So it's the same kind of movement. Let's try that a couple more times just so that you get it. So on the inhale, external rotation of the arms, the knees come wide. It's not a big Baddha Konasana, you're just letting the knees come away from each other. And then exhale, the knees come towards each other, the arms turn back to the floor. Exhale, knees come away from each other, arms roll out. I'm sorry, that's inhale, and then exhale, they come towards each other. And the arms roll down. So all of those different adaptations that we did with the legs straight, you can certainly do with the knees bent, so it's more accessible. Of course, putting a bolster under the knees is another option here for some people. Okay, so let's look at a few more variations of this posture. So the next one we're going to do is on the inhale, the right arm is going to come up and go over your head onto the floor behind you. And on the exhale, the right arm is going to float back down. And then left arm. Inhale, left arm goes up towards the ceiling first, and then all the way over the floor behind you, to the floor behind you, and then exhaling back down. Okay, so let's do that one again. So on the inhale, the right arm up. And on the exhale, the right arm back down. Nice and smooth. Inhale, left arm. You can always track your eyes up with it. And on the exhale, the left arm floats back down. Okay. So that alternate movement, you can always add to that. Of course, you know what's next, right? Both arms up. So you bring the symmetry back. And both arms down. Just allowing my arms to move smoothly with the flow of the breath. You can let your eyes track. All the way up on the inhale, and all the way down on the exhale. And then take a moment and rest here. So that was, you could say that's more bilateral stimulation, right arm, left arm, right arm, left arm. Then we did both arms. Now the next one, we're going to add the leg into it. So as the right arm goes up, the right foot flexes. Right arm and right foot. And then on the exhale, they float back down. So this is that feeling as if you have a string attached from your fingers to your toes. Now let's do left arm. Left arm up, left foot flexes. And on the exhale, floating it back down. Right arm, right foot. Reaching so you feel that nice stretch from the fingers to the heel, and then exhaling back down, or even the toes. And then left arm and left foot. And exhaling back down. So that's, again, it's bilateral stimulation, and this time we're going to take both arms, both feet, strings connected. So your arms have to move almost 180 degrees, at least, about 180 degrees, but the feet don't have to move as much. So that's an interesting thing to pay attention to with your mind as you're doing this, that the feet have to move less, but they're still moving on the breath. Exhaling back down. Let's do one more of those. So inhale, both arms, both feet. And then on the exhale, use your abdominal muscles a little bit. Both arms float back down. And take a moment and stop and rest and notice. Now, for many people, that kind of movement, just like it is standing, just like it is in any other posture, too much in the shoulders. So we can do cactus. Inhale, cactus. Feet flex. Exhale, cactus back down. Right, so you could do just cactus on the right side. You could do that kind of bilateral movement, cactus on the left side and left foot. Right, you could do that kind of movement, or both arms and both legs. So that can be much more accessible and comfortable, right? So you're not necessarily doing this big reach, particularly if you've got somebody with shoulder issues. Okay, so those are a few variations of this long supine extension. This is all about the functional purpose here. Is working with supine extensions, so we're trying to lengthen the spine in these postures. And we did bilateral movement, we did cross-lateral, rather it's contralateral, we haven't done much cross-lateral yet. Okay, so left arm goes up over your head as your left arm flexes, as your left foot flexes. And then the exhale, the left arm comes down, the foot relaxes, the head turns to the right. Now, okay, let's do one more. Inhaling up, right arm, the right side flexes, or extends rather, and the foot flexes. And then as you exhale, turn your head to the left. Okay, and then inhale back to neutral. Now that's what, now I'm going to make it even a little more complicated for your brain. So this time, what if we do right arm and left foot on the inhale? And then on the exhale, your face turns to the left and everything relaxes. And then inhaling back to neutral, left arm, right foot. So you're getting contralateral and cross-lateral in this. And then turning your head to the right as you come back down. Let's do that one more time. So right arm, left foot on the inhale. And then turn your head to the left and the right arm comes back down. And then left arm, right foot on the inhale. And then turn your head to the right as the left foot relaxes. And then coming back to neutral. Now, of course, you could do all of that with the cactus arm too, right? Rather than rather than taking the arm all the way up and turning your head opposite. And then many different ways to, we just did so much contralateral and cross-lateral stuff, many different ways to bring that back into neutral, but we want to come back into using all the limbs. So you could do cactus arms, both feet. You could do arms up and down, both arms and both legs at the same time. So there's just some different ideas for spinal extension. The functional purpose, as I mentioned, was lengthen the spine. Use the inhale to lengthen the spine. Do it on your back. And you want to adapt that with the knees bent for people with back issues. But we were doing all that, so much good brain stuff with the eyes, with the head, with the opposite limbs. So go over this video a few times and really feel like you get some of these adaptations of that posture so you can bring those into your classes. Namaste.